The Nintendo Switch 2 is officially 1 year old. That is crazy to think about. Throughout that time, I think it's safe to say that it has become one of Nintendo's best consoles ever. When the system first launched, there was a lot of excitement, a lot of hype, and of course, a lot of questions. Was it really going to feel like a true next-gen upgrade? Was the performance jump actually going to be noticeable? And most importantly, was it worth upgrading if you already had an original Switch, a Switch OLED, or Switch Lite? Well, after spending the last year with the Switch 2, using it at home, on the go, with XR glasses, on various projectors, TVs, with a bunch of different handheld grips, and basically any setup that you can imagine, my answer to upgrading is yes. This thing is the gift that keeps on giving. Every time that I pick it up, it is a joy to play. The biggest reason is that Nintendo didn't completely reinvent what made the original Switch special. The Switch 2 takes all of the key features and refines them. The design feels familiar, but everything about it feels like an upgrade. The larger display makes handheld play much better, the system performance is much snappier, and the improved Joy-Con 2 are a huge step up. They're more comfortable, more secure, and the magnetic connection makes the whole console feel cleaner and more satisfying to use. Even smaller details like the improved kickstand, the smoother UI, and overall responsiveness make the Switch 2 feel like the console the original Switch has always been building towards. This performance boost is highly noticeable in games too. Games load faster, run smoother, look sharper, and in a lot of cases, they feel completely refreshed. Whether it's new Switch 2 games or original Switch games taking advantage of the improved performance, the whole experience just feels better across the board. That's really what this first year has proven to me. The Switch 2 isn't just a slightly better Switch, it's a more powerful, more versatile version of one of the best ideas gaming has ever seen. Which leads me to versatility, which is the Switch 2's biggest strength. You can play it in handheld mode on the couch, docked to the TV, or blown up on a projector, or even connected to XR glasses like the Feature Beast. That's what makes the Switch 2 so cool. It fits into your life however you want it to, and there are so many different ways that you can play it. The accessory ecosystem has been amazing to watch grow over the past year. From grips and cases to controllers, docks, capture cards, XR glasses, and even carrying cases, the Switch 2 feels like it has this huge world of ways to customize how you play. Of course, hardware only matters if the games are there, and over the past year, the Switch 2 library has really started to deliver. We've already seen some heavy hitters like Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Pocopia, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, and the list keeps on going on and keeps on growing. On top of that, Nintendo has brought new life to older games with Switch 2 upgrades for titles like Animal Crossing New Horizons, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and many more. This gives players a reason to jump back into games that they may have already spent hundreds of hours with. Since launch day with Mario Kart World, the Switch 2 has felt immediately different from the original. For me, Donkey Kong Bonanza and Pocopia have been the biggest highlights and examples of that so far. They're colorful, creative, and genuinely unique in a way that works and feels very Nintendo. Donkey Kong Bonanza feels like this huge, chaotic, destructible playground, while Pocopia is more or less the same, but has become one of those cozy games that completely pulls you in. Then there are the indie games, which have been such a huge part of the original Switch experience and now the Switch 2 experience. Some of my favorite moments on this system have come from smaller games that, like the original Switch, feel right at home here on the console. To start closing this out, after using the Switch 2 for over a year, I gotta say going back to the OLED, the original Switch, and even the Lite is kinda difficult to do, as great as they are. Between the upgraded design, better performance, growing library of Switch 2 exclusive games, amazing accessories, and increased versatility, the Switch 2 feels like the complete package. If you've been holding out or wondering whether or not it's finally time to upgrade, I really do think the answer is yes. The Nintendo Switch 2 has had an incredible first year. Like I said before, it is the gift that keeps on giving, and I cannot wait to see where Nintendo takes it next. Well, that's all I got for today, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. Now, I want to know, what do you think of the Switch 2 1 year later? Have you upgraded yet? What's your favorite game? Drop a comment and let me know below. And if you enjoyed this video, you know the drill. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button for much more coming your way soon. Until the next one, I will catch you guys later. Peace!